So today, we're just going to get into it. I'm going to pray real quick, and then we're going to get started. All right? So Heavenly Father, we just thank you. We thank you for today. We thank you for everybody in this room. We thank you for everybody here tonight, God. And people who aren't here, Father, we just pray for them as well. May you just send your anointing tonight, Father, that the message may be clear. May I be able to teach what you've given me. And Father, may I decrease and you increase at this time. In your name I pray, amen. So tonight's message, if I had to give it a title, would be Priority Problems. Now, I'll just speak for myself. I don't want to include you guys in my, mishaps. But I may or may not have had some priority issues in the past. I may have, there's been some times in my life where I haven't had my priorities in check. Probably till I was about 22. I'm 22, so I still don't have them in check. But I kind of want to give a part of my story here. And when I was 16, it was kind of when I was starting to get into faith. I was starting to go to a couple of Bible studies. I really didn't know what being a Christian was. And I read a verse, and it's in the last book of Matthew, and it says, "Go and preach what I told you to all nations." And I read that verse, and I was 16, and I can still picture that night, and I'm in my bed reading my Bible for like the second time ever. And I read that verse, and I thought, I think that's what I'm supposed to do with my life. I had no idea what that meant. I had no idea what it looked like in the future. And I kind of just read it again, underlined it, and then put it on my shelf. And never thought about it again. And then, fast forward to I'm 19 years old, driving home from school. I'm here at Lourdes, and I'm driving home, and I just feel this urge of this verse pop into my head again. And kind of the question of, what have you been doing with that sense? How have you been pursuing this? And I was like, God, let's settle down here. I knew I was called to be a pastor, but I thought I was going to figure it out when I got to seminary. That's what I told myself. Because in high school, I'd rather be cool than Christian. When I was in college, I'd rather be cool than Christian. My priorities was, let me be just Christian enough so that the parents like me, but then be cool enough that when I'm not in front of the parents, I'm a cool kid. That was literally my thought process in high school. Was when I go to other people's house, you say, yes ma'am, yes sir, and pull out your cross necklace. And then when you go downstairs, you're like, oh, that's what I thought. And that was my priorities until I was about 20 when I had this kind of awakening, this revelation, and I figured out what I was supposed to do. But until then, it was in seminary I wrote. And in seminary I'll quit dipping. In seminary I'll quit cussing. In seminary I'll actually figure out what the Bible means. I'll start reading it. In seminary I'll do this, seminary I'll do that. It was all pushing this all away because I liked where I was at the time. I liked what I was doing. And I had just enough of God in me to just, settle everything down. I didn't want to be one of them crazy Christians that heard from God every day and read the Word every day and did all this. I didn't want to be we labeled crazy Christian, All those who hear from God every day, I was like, I'm cool. I just pray before dinner, wear a cross chain, and, be on my merry way. But tonight, I think this couple of verses really plays a big impact on our priorities. So, Chloe.
Sorry.
Matthew 6, we're going to go through Matthew 6, 25 through 33 tonight. And it says, this is why I tell you, do not worry about your everyday life. Stop there, we're going home. Let's just leave. Let's just leave on that verse. Because don't you wish we could leave right now? Just leave it at that? Don't. This is why I tell you not to worry about your everyday life. Whether you have enough food or drink, or enough clothes to wear. Isn't life more than food and your body more than clothing? Look at the birds. They don't plant or harvest or store foods in barns, for their heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not far more valuable to Him than they are? Can all your worries add a single moment to your life? I'm going to sit right here for this a second. In the Message version, this says, if you complain in front of a mirror about not being tall enough, who has grown an inch from doing that? I promise I've tried. Does complaining about your height gain you any inches? No, so he says, Can all your worries add a single moment onto your life? In the next couple verses we got. And why worry about your clothing? Look at the lilies of the field and how they grow. They don't work or make clothing, yet Solomon in all his glory was not dressed as beautifully as they are. And if God cares so wonderfully for the wildflowers that are here today and thrown into the fire tomorrow, he will certainly care for you. Why do you have so little faith? In the last section here, so don't worry about these things, saying, what will we eat, what will we drink, what will we wear? These things dominate the thoughts of all believers, but your Heavenly Father already knows all your needs. Seek the kingdom of God above all else and live righteously, and he will give you everything you need. In my Bible, it says, seek first the kingdom. And so I kind of want to talk about that today. What value does it add to worry to our life? And it says, does not all the unbelievers do the same? In my Bible, it says pagans, and the pagans are everybody that doesn't know God. He says, doesn't everybody on the face of this planet worry about these things? But if you're my people, if you're a Christian, why are you worrying? And so, Jesus gives us three examples here. He gives us food, clothes, and the last one. Food, clothes, and I just read it. One more for you. There we go. What we drink, eat, eat, drink, and what we wear. Food, drink, clothing. Sorry, it happens. He gives us three things, but I think this applies to so much more than this. Because think about it, what do we all desire? We all desire love. We all desire affirmation. We all want to be wanted. You know, there's some wants and things that we need in us that everybody here on earth has. So I think this section of the Bible applies to a lot. And I wanted to look at what seek meant, because in my instance, seek first. And so I looked it up, and I did a little research, and what seek meant, and I want to read it to you verbatim. Seek is to deliberately strive and desire something as an act of will. So seek isn't pray before dinner and call it night. Seek isn't read my verse a day and pick it up in 3 months. Seeking isn't, it's not this little acts that we want to kind of put in the Christian column. It says deliberately striving and desiring the kingdom. In the Old Testament, when it said to seek, it meant a bodily pursuit, a physical pursuit of God and kingdom first. But yet sometimes I think we want to do as little as we can to get the most out of it. Sometimes I think we want to be like, Jesus, thank you. Sorry I haven't talked to you in a while. Love you. Bless me. Amen. And then we sit there and we wait for the blessings and we don't know why we're not being blessed. We don't know why things are happening. We don't know why this. And then we go, God doesn't exist. I'm out of here. Maybe some of you today were here and you said, I've tried this. I've tried that. But God didn't show up. Or maybe you're here saying, but God, they look like they have it all together. But God, look, they seem to have fun. But look, they who don't seek you are the cool kids. But God, last time I tried, you didn't show up. But God, last time I did this, you weren't here. And I want to ask these things, sometimes we see these things in life, and I think today in the world of social media we can sit here and say, but God, they, and see what they have, and compare ourselves to them, when He's calling us to seek Him, and not what they're doing. Because I think it hurts God when we go, but God, they have this, but they have a girlfriend, but they have a job, but they have everything figured out. And He says, but why don't we turn to Him instead of them? Because it's not bad to desire these things. That's not what I want to stand up here tonight and say. It's not bad to want to be loved. It's not bad to want to have clothes. It's not bad to want to have food or to want to have things to drink. It's not bad to feel wanted. But God says, seek me first, and don't try to find love on an app. Don't try to find fun in the bottom of a bottle. Don't try to find affirmation on a Saturday one-night stand. Seek first the kingdom of God. Because I promise you, those are only going to fill you up for so long, and then you're going to need to be filled back up again. It's not a problem to want these things. It's the problem when we go to get filled up with these things. There was a time in my life when I thought I was doing it right. I thought I did yesterday right, but I didn't do that right. But there was a time in my life where I really thought I had it figured out. You know that phase between like 16 and 19 when you know everything under the sun? Yeah, no, I had a big case of I know it all. Ask my dad. But anyways, I had when I graduated high school, I had a girlfriend. And I thought we were doing everything right. We were the Christian, quote-unquote Christian couple. The one that we met at youth group or stuff like that. You know, went to youth group together. Posted sappy Jesus Bible Instagram captions. You know, we were that couple. And I had my priorities mixed up. We did it together. It was just not. It wasn't a healthy relationship because we were really good at fitting God into our life and not making Him the focal point. Because I think it's very easy that we can give God what's left and not give Him our best. Does that make sense? If we don't give God our everything and we give Him the remnants, what we expect just as big of a blessing as when we give Him what's left over. And so, I was dating this girl, and I put her in front of everything in my life. I put her in front of God. I put her in front of sports. I put her in front of my friends. I put her in front of my family. I left the Thanksgiving dinner early to go see her. It was bad. And when it all came crashing down, because that's what's going to happen when you don't focus on the kingdom, I blamed God. And I said, God, I fit you into my life. Aren't you happy? And it wasn't until 3 years later when I figured it out that I was so wrong and so jacked up that it wasn't until 3 years later where I found out what it's truly like to seek God first. And I think it's crazy what happens when we seek God first. Because I think sometimes we go, but what if I want something that God doesn't want? What if I want this and God says this? I think it's cool when we seek God first, there's a change of heart posture. God will transform our hearts from the inside out and say, okay, here. And He'll give us the things we really truly desire. Because what you seek first is what you put your trust in. Because if you wake up and you're, all right, back on the grind, chasing money, you're going to put your trust in money. You wake up, I got to go lift, I got to get big, I got to go to the gym. You put your trust in you and your pride. What you seek first when you get out of bed is what you put your trust in. And there's nothing better than to put your trust in God. Jesus says, I come to give you life and life abundantly. What I know plans I have for you, declares the Lord, there is so much more on the opposite side of seeking the kingdom first. And so as we wrap up tonight, it makes me think, this being the last regular rise, it makes me think back about the last 4.5 years I've been here. Seeing the impact of what a year and a half can do when seeking God first. Because I'll tell you right now that the first 3 years I wasn't. The first 3 years I was here fitting God in. Sometimes not even that. The first 3 years of here I was giving God what was left and not reaping any benefits and blaming on where I was. See, it was really easy to blame Lourdes for my unfaithfulness. It was really easy for me to blame my friends who weren't Christians on my faith walk. It was really easy to blame my situation. And the whole time I woke up every morning and put God off to the side. I went to bed at night putting God off to the side. I was going out at night putting God off to the side. Saying, I'll deal with you later when I'm in seminary. God, if there's one thing that I could tell you before I leave here, hopefully for a good while, is that there is so much more fruit on the other side of obedience to God than there is ever going to be on this side. I've seen God move more in a year and a half than I thought I'd ever see in my life. I've been through more things in a year and a half than I thought I'd ever have to go. Oh, what a ride it's been. Following Jesus is going to be the best thing you'll ever do with your life. I promise you, that'll be the best adventure you ever go on. But there's going to be so much more fruit if we seek Him first. So I'm going to pray, we're going to get out of here, we're going to have a steak and shake, have a good old time, and Ryan's paying. Thank you, Ryan, so much for paying tonight. Appreciate it. Can we give Ryan a hand for paying tonight, guys? Please. Yes. Heavenly Father, we thank you. Thank you for just how good you are, God. You are such a great and mighty God. And Father, for everybody in here tonight who maybe hasn't been given you their best, their first, God, if you're in here tonight, you say, Kruzel, I haven't been giving God my first, but I want to try. I want to start right now. If that's you, I just want you to slip your hand up and down real quick so I can pray for you. Yes. Yes, I'm praying. Yes. God, we thank you so much for the faithfulness and what happens when we seek out your will for our life, when we seek out the kingdom, Father. I thank you for this group in here, Father. I thank you for everybody who didn't come tonight, Father. I pray you're just in their hearts, God. I thank you so much for the bagels and their trials that they're facing. I know we'll come out strong. In your name I pray, amen.